You know, the daily drive-through, it's like a masterclass in frustration, right? That long, slow, single file crawl is a ritual millions of us just put up with. But what if we could just scrap the whole thing and start over? Well, that's the big idea behind the concept we're digging into today, the OctoFlow Hub. Oh, yeah, we've all been there. You're in a rush, you swing into the drive-through, and bam, you're just stuck, staring at the bumper of the car in front of you. That creeping, crawling wait. It turns out, on average, you're losing a full 6 minutes in that line. But imagine this. What if that entire experience, from the second you pull in to the moment you drive away, took just 1 minute? 60 seconds. I know, it sounds totally impossible with the way things are set up now, but that is the core promise of the system we're about to break down. Okay, so here's the plan for this explainer. First, we'll talk about why the current system is just broken. Then we'll introduce the OctoFlow Hub, see exactly how it works, and follow an order on its crazy fast journey. After that, we'll get into why it's such a game changer and what it could mean for the whole future of fast service. You see, the problem is actually pretty simple. The drive-through is basically a relic. It's a slow, single-file linear queue. One car orders, then that same car pays, then that same car picks up. The system hasn't really changed in decades, and it creates this massive bottleneck that you just can't fix by throwing more people at it. So, how do you fix a system like that? Well, the answer here is you don't. You replace it completely. And that's where the OctoFlow Hub comes in, a concept designed from the ground up to completely eliminate the line. All right, let's unpack that definition. Multi-bay, okay, that means lots of spots to serve people. High capacity and maximum throughput, that just means it's built to handle a ton of traffic. But the absolute game changer, the real secret sauce here, is that last part, parallel processing. And here's what parallel processing actually looks like. Instead of that single checkout line at the grocery store where everybody is waiting behind one person, imagine 8 lanes suddenly opening up, all at the same time. The bottleneck isn't just managed, poof, it's gone. So, how does this whole futuristic thing actually work? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the core architecture that makes this kind of speed even possible. You know, the system is actually elegantly simple. It's really just 3 main parts. First, you've got the bays, which is where the cars park. Think of them like super high-tech gas station pumps. Second, there's the store, which is the central fulfillment brain where all the orders get put together. And third, you have the conveyor artery. That's the high-speed track system connecting the brain to all the bays. Now, that artery could look like one of 2 things. And this is where it gets really, really cool. You could have this spectacular overhead option, like a gleaming glass tube where you can literally watch your food flying towards you. It's straight out of a sci-fi movie. Or you could have the sleek subterranean version, where your order just magically appears from a hidden portal. One is a big show, the other is just seamless magic. So once you pull into your bay, the whole experience feels personal and super futuristic. You'll confirm your order on this big, bright touchscreen. All around you, these flowline LEDs communicate what's happening. Yours will turn blue, which means your order's on its way. Then an eye-level portal just slides open, and there's your stuff. It's designed to be totally intuitive and honestly, just really cool. Okay, let's really put ourselves in the driver's seat for a second. What does this whole process actually look and feel like for you, the customer? We're going to follow an order from the moment you pull in to the moment you drive away. The whole thing is incredibly streamlined. Okay, step 1. You pull into a green bay, and either your app or license plate tells the system, hey, I'm here. 2. Inside the brain, your order gets packed into a special Octo box and is launched into the artery. 3. It zips directly to your bay's portal. And 4. The portal opens, you grab your food, the door closes, and you're gone. It's simple, it's fast, and it's totally touch-free. So, we've seen how it works, but what's the bottom line here? Why is this system not just a little bit better, but a complete and total game changer? Let's get to the payoff. Really, it all boils down to this, a tale of 2 waits. The traditional drive-through is defined by that single linear queue, where one slow order holds up literally everyone behind them. But the OctoFlow Hub is defined by parallel processing, where 8 orders are all being handled at once. One is a traffic jam, the other is a free-flowing superhighway. And the advantages become crystal clear when you put them side by side. Concurrency jumps from maybe 1 car to 8 cars at a time. Wait time, it plummets. And here's a really crucial business insight. Labor isn't eliminated, it's transformed. Staff go from that stressful transactional window job to a more focused role in a super efficient fulfillment center. This could mean better accuracy, way less pressure, and maybe even higher skilled jobs. And finally, the experience itself gets an upgrade from just functional to something that's genuinely high-tech and spectacular. So obviously, this kind of tech has massive implications for fast food and coffee shops. But the core ideas here could go so much further. We're really looking at the potential future of any kind of quick commerce operation. And that's the ultimate goal, isn't it? This isn't just about shaving a few minutes off your lunch break. It's about completely reimagining a boring, everyday task. It takes something we all just kind of endure and transforms it into an experience that's efficient, impressive, and maybe even a little bit fun. And this leaves us with a really fascinating final thought. This is a brilliant solution for one very specific problem, right? But if we can apply this kind of thinking, parallel processing, automation, and a real focus on the experience to the drive-thru, what other lines, what other cues and daily waits are out there just waiting to be completely reimagined?